Hello and good morning, my crafty creatures. I do exist. Welcome. We managed to keep on doing what we're doing. So we are working on Call Dance still. I have not been cross-stitching too readily. I've been really working on my big projects recently. And that's how I know I was getting burnt out. Is I know I'm in a good headspace when I'm crafting. When I'm crafting and I want to craft and like I'm creating things left, right, and sideways, that's how I know I'm in a good headspace. And for the past couple weeks, I have been struggling to even get like my little butterflies done. Like, oh, let me grab them. I make these cutesy wootsy little butterflies. They do not take very long to make at all. They can clip in your hair. They're very cute. Very cute. I wasn't even making those. I was struggling to sit down and spend 10 minutes to crank one of these puppies out. And so that's why I haven't been streaming a lot, is I've just been so tired. But we're back today. I'm gonna try not to say anything in any direction or another, because every time I do, it seems that it goes sideways fast. So we're leaving it at that. My goodness. Okay. We are finishing up a page today. Chances are we will get a complete page all done. Save for maybe, let me see if I can get the whole page in view. There we go. Save for maybe this bit down here. We might be ending on me getting this bit reworked, because it's I gotta duplicate some things and you'll get to see the real creative process going on. But for now, I have two quote unquote alone colors that I'm finishing up. They're very small colors. I just got done doing a whole ton of colors that were literally one stitch. It took me longer to thread the needle than it took me to do the stitching. And then I get to scan through and find all the spots that are empty but don't seem to have a stitch in them that I didn't have on the color list. So that's what we're doing today. It's a page finish cleanup kind of day. Tomorrow, hopefully, we'll start a new page on Call Dance. That'd be phenomenal. And throughout today, I'll show you the little projects I've been getting all done. Or the ones that I have left, because I got a few done that I need to get done for people who had been asking for them. I still have a ton of little projects I gotta get done. I am just stick a fork in me, I'm done kind of thing. And that's not to say that I'm upset, depressed, anything like that. I'm actually in a really good headspace. I am just tired. And I wish more people fully understood that. It's not that anything's gonna happen. I'm not feeling unsafe. I am just tired. Yeah, apparently all these little white dots, I totally like whiffed out on a color. So I should have gotten them done, but I didn't. So that's where we are. Okay, there's that one. Is there anything up here? Okay. I whiffed out on several colors, to be honest, but that tends to happen. okay to miss colors. Because at the end of the page, you go, and you look back and you fix it. I got a lot. I'm working on my spring cleaning, my inside spring cleaning, I should specify. I have a lot of outside spring cleaning that needs to get done, but here in Maine, you don't start outside spring cleaning until the middle or end of May, or you will kill your plants. My crocuses have started to come up. I went outside today to grab some wood. I'm at the point of the heating season where I'm just taking the stuff that I didn't get inside, all the little shit that I didn't get inside. I'm just burning that because I want it out of my driveway and I don't need it hot in the house right now. It's actually 75 and I'm wearing shorts. I'm like, no, we're it's no longer sub-zero outside. I can handle it. Oh. I'm hoping today. Oh, ad break. Oh my goodness. Okay. That's it. Mark that. Oh. 38.4. Yeah, there's a lot of colors I gotta search out and fill in. There we go. Had to dust off all of my, had to wipe down my magnifying glass because I realized when I'm stitching and talking, I'm also spitting on my magnifying glass, which is very ladylike. Okay, let's see. Let's grab this area. And after I... Oh, hello. Hello, pretty lady. It is a raw. I do exist. I was just... I'm gonna have a page finish done today. I'm just working on all kinds of little colors here, and then I gotta scan through and hit the dots where like no color, there's no stitch, but there should be a stitch there. So that's my goal for today, is a page finish, and it's completely doable. And to avoid, and hopefully, I don't have to, because on the next page, so the next page, Dionysus makes his appearance. It's just the top of his head, but Dionysus will be in the picture on the next page. Oh my goodness. Oh, but I'm glad to be back. Um, I was just saying I'm not I'm not sad. I'm not depressed. I'm not in an unsafe space. I am just exhausted. Um, and for me, the biggest drain, and that's why I feel bad about not being highly social. My biggest drain is people. It doesn't matter if it's online, it doesn't matter in person. You know, sometimes just looking out my window and seeing people drains me. That's my loose wire connection is I vibe check so hard that I can vibe check across oceans. Yes, yes, people do suck. And hello. It has been forever and a day, but and that's why I always feel bad. It's like it's not that I'm not thinking of you guys. It's just human interaction just drains me, and I work frontline interacting with humans 8 hours a day, and so I have to save it for that because until streaming starts paying my bills, which it's not gonna, not on cross stitch, I'd have to do something else. OnlyFans, yeah. um, in order for streaming to pay the bills. Um, so I have to spend my spoons wisely. I know Rule Zero is a thing, and I love that you guys shove me into the Rule Zero corner. Oh my goodness. I love that I was mentioning Dionysus is making an appearance and Dan shows up because that just has the Captain Penis pull. Captain Penis, he pulls you in. Then he does bad things to you. And that's legit. Like I I I recognize Rule Zero, and I'm always hovering on like half a zero. um but I I also don't want people to ever be in a position where there's no one there for them. So even if I'm not like front line right there in your face, know that even when you think there's no one else there, I am absolutely there for you. I have the ability to listen, and that's part of the reason I drain myself so fast is I do that. Is like I have a whole reserve for those late night calls, for those people who are in a dark place and they just need to know someone is there. I send out random messages to people. I'm like, hey, just so you know, I'm still here. Um, I send out life checks, but I save so much of my energy just in case for that. Like I'm a perpetual lifeguard. um, so like me not streaming last week was just because I needed to stop getting driven into the ground. It's mostly by my work. You guys are fantastic. You're supportive. You're like, yeah, no big deal. Or if I go anywhere, I love it. But unfortunately, the real world likes to slam me into the ground hard. Oh, and absolutely, I support. I'm not a huge doer of taking my own advice. Um, but I mean, my health is good. My mental, I am well taken care of. I am not, I'm not on the struggle bus. Just the world is just exhausting, and I would like to get off this ride. Just because it's exhausting. Like I look out and I'm like, what happened here? What? How did we get here? Okay, so now I gotta. So yeah, I missed this entire color right in these grapes here. There was a whole color that I just went nope and didn't do. Why? I don't know. But I highlighted that I did it, so. Well, I am glad. That makes me happy. My goal, and I was telling this to some coworkers and some residents yesterday, is my goal is to bring a smile or a giggle to everybody's face at least once while I am interacting. And most of the time I succeed in that. Or I have a good conversation, or I help someone out. Like, my goal is to be a good interaction in someone's day. Even if they're having a shitty ass day and I am the only good interaction they had. And and I know I can't be that for everybody. Um but I'm thinking about the one lady at work who just hates me. Just hates me. Because it gets better. She was telling a coworker that she knows who I am and what I did, and that I'm an evil witch. And she used witch, not bitch, that I'm an evil witch. And I looked at that coworker and I went, well, I'm not evil, but she's not wrong on the other half. we shared a good chuckle because that particular coworker is also a heathen. Go get the coffee. But I would. She says she knows what I did, and I would love to know what I did. I want those answers. I love it when people talk about the things that I do, because I have one coworker who's like, well, when I go out, I'm like, that. See, that's your first mistake. You go out beyond work. When I'm not here, I am at home, unless I absolutely need something. And let's be fair, friends. I'm not bothered by that. If I want to go somewhere, I absolutely will. There's nothing stopping me from going wherever I want. But I want to be at my house. Mm. We're going over here. I'm gonna I'm gonna hit my dots and figure out what colors I need to grab. Okay, that's one that I need to have. I don't know how I missed that one. Okay, let's zoom out there. That's fine. I don't know how I missed that one either. Okay, that's one of my favorites. Woohoo! Coffee, coffee. Okay, so that's three colors. Oh, oh. Going back to 336 because I just pulled it out and put it on my needle. So that's the one we're tracking around right now. Okay. Yeah, there. So yeah, I missed 4 stitches of a color I totally did. Um. Oh. So my horns finally grew in. Dan will appreciate this. So I got all white dragon horns off of Timu. Now, friends, judge me all you want, but I get cheap things and I make them better. So I bought some horns. Oh my goodness. And mind you, these were all white when I got them. But now they're I did some work. and so yeah, now I have my horns. Now I gotta space them properly, and I gotta get them a little bit better secured because the headband that they're on isn't fantastic. So I want to get a better headband for them. But I have a beautiful purple wig that will be going into my avatar creation. But yes, buying cheap shit and making it better is the way of the crafter. Because I mean, they're foam. They're foam horns, and I couldn't have been happier picking them up. It is the way. But I had to do my shading, and I had to try, like, the worst part about them is they just weren't trimmed well. So I had to sand them down, and I probably should have used a Bondo sealer to stiffen them up, make them a little bit more rigid. But I am not, for my first set, I am not disappointed. And to be fair, I might go back and buy other colors so I can make different rounds of highlights. I could just mold them, but I don't. You know, you reach a point where you're like, no, I will just buy it. Like, one of the residents is like, why don't you do silk dyeing? Or I think that's what it's called. It's where you have your paint floating on top of water and you dunk it down and then you pull it up with the pattern. She's like, I think that would be awesome if you did that. And I'm like, that would be awesome. But I don't have the time or the space for that. I will leave that for people with more time and space. And then I had another resident just hand me a baggie of diamond dots that she had left over from a kit she did. She's like, I feel so bad throwing these out. And I'm like, well, thank you so much, because I am going to be, she gave me a lot of blues and purples, so I know I don't burst into flames, but I found this in my spring cleaning. And I'm gonna paint it, and I'm gonna do some diamond art on the front of it. So I'm gonna utilize those dots. Dooby-doo. But that's what I've been doing. I've been doing a lot of base level painting, priming. I haven't been doing like a whole lot of more fanciful art. I haven't really been doing a whole lot of crocheting. I've been making butterflies for my crocheting. That's really all I've been doing. I did some Legos yesterday because Husband Creature got me a Wicked Lego set. And I'm saying Wicked as in the musical, not as in the Wicked cool like Mainers do. Oh my goodness. There we go. Yesterday at work was nice. everybody was exhausted because they went out and they went out with their families. Now, my coworkers are like, lunch was so empty. There's only like 10 people there. Now we have 36. I think we have 30. I think we're up to 38. I think we're up to 38 people within the facility right now. We can only have 48. So we're getting up there. But they're like, there was only like 10 people at lunch. I'm like, that's good. I aim for an empty dining room on major holidays because that means people have family that want to spend time with them, or they want to spend time with their family. Empty dining room for the win. And having it that empty was it warms my heart, because when I first started working there, the holidays still had a lot of people still in, and with encouraging, like, and mind you, a good portion of those people have cycled out or passed, but at the same time, a lot of the people have finally started having conversations, because they get into the mindset when they come in. Like, I have a newer resident who, she's like, I'm not allowed to do that. I'm like, says who? Well, I'm here as a resident. I'm like, and she's like, well, I'm not allowed to leave. I'm like, you can go out whenever you want. Like, that's the hardest thing to get people to understand, is it's non-secured, which means you don't have to sign in and out. You don't have to check in and out. It's appreciated that if you do, because we have little panic attacks, but it's not a big process. Hey, see you later, bye, is pretty much our process. And we have people who can still drive. Like, we encourage people to GTFO. And I personally try to encourage that a lot. It's like, no, we want you here, but we also remember that, like, and I think this is where I differ from a lot of my coworkers, is I treat the residents with dignity. And it's not saying that my coworkers don't, but there's a different depth to the dignity. I remember and recognize that these people raised families. They had kids. They had lives. They are autonomous human beings, not to be coddled. Like, I mean, treat them well. They're in our facility for a reason, and I respect that. But at the same time, dignity and respect, and the dignity of choice, because sometimes we're gonna fuck up. I'm gonna fuck up. They're gonna fuck up, but it's their right to fuck up. So, like, I always keep that in the front of my mind when I'm doing the work thing. Okay, let's see. I missed a lot of colors. Like, I'm kind of ashamed. Okay, it's okay. We'll fill it all. But yeah, I think I used the wrong color in this one, because those aren't empty stitches. Those are grapes, but I think I used the wrong color, purple, and I'm not going to go back and fix it. People can think they're empty. They're not. It's purple. Yeah, exactly. Like, I encourage the residents that I work with to go live their lives. They're still alive. Go live it. You're not here to sit and rot away. Don't do that to yourself. Go have fun. Go live your life. And is it a little bit more difficult because they don't have a car? Yes, I get that. But we also have transportation, at least during the weekdays. It gets a little harder on the weekends. It's not easy. Like, don't get me wrong. It's not easy because a lot of them have mobility issues and walking around on ground that's not very well taken care of because infrastructure is not important. I'm rolling my eyes so hard as I say that because infrastructure, yeah. And I mean, if they wanted to, they could probably get a bus pass. And I think here, our bus pass, like the senior citizens can get them for free or very discounted. And my facility is right at a bus stop, so they just have to go out a door and there's the bus stop. So, but some of the people who are a little bit more cognitively, and I say that, and there's this lady who's 102 years old who goes out on the bus, and all my coworkers are terrified. Oh, she's gonna get lost. And one of my other coworkers like, she's been riding that bus for 35 plus years. I rode the bus with her when I was a little girl, and I have no doubt. Like if someone gets lost, that's why we have other resources. But I'm not going to stop someone from going out just because I think that they shouldn't. Oh. Yeah, well, senior care has so much on it. It's kind of like the care of individuals with IDD and mental health issues. Like those sectors, those are like I see a lot of power struggle in those sectors because people are like, "Oh, I'm better than you." It's kind of like that Harvard study with the guard and the prisoners, but they were all students, and how the guards took the power initiative. And it's like, no, I have no use for power. I have more use for teamwork than I have for power. Yeah, no one's gonna pay any attention to the grapes. No one would see it. Okay, so I just did that area. So we're gonna go up here and fill in this area. For me, like just this size, like just what I've gotten done, it just floors me because he is huge, like huge. Again, his is about the same size as a real life one. Just saying that. Just putting that out there. Like I did the measurements. But yeah, he shows up like there's this leaf here, and then right past where my finger is where his hair will start next page. But it's 939, and I am over that right now because that's what I'm working on Divine Instinct, and I'm really hoping, I am really hoping that I can opt for another color on starting the new page. That's all I'm saying is I'm aiming for not starting on 939. I'm probably going to start on whatever color the top border is because it gives me where the page ends. And it's awful to really like say, but none of my elderly family has lived long enough to have to go into a home. Um, and or the ones who did were from the generation where family took care of family and there was enough services for them to get what they needed. Back in the before times where existing didn't cost an arm and a leg. Whoop. Oh, so I am gonna run away once the mail truck has delivered because I've been working on collaborating with a gothic jewelry maker who works in a lot of chains and dark stuff, dark colors, I should say, not dark. Well, she could, but I'm working on a few crocheted necklaces, like the neck, the big collar down, like the necklaces that go over when you're wearing a corset, the big decorative ones. And I showed a couple of them to her, and she's like, "Oh my God, I would love to collaborate and and work with you. So you like do the crochet work, and I can do the chain work, and we can maybe get some pretty pieces out there." And I'm like, "Game." So I've been working on that, and my lace size crochet hooks are not of good quality. And I never thought I would recognize that. Like, give me needles and whatnot, like embroidery, tapestry. I can tell you a good needle from a bad needle. Um, but with with crochet hooks, I never thought I'd be that person going, "Oh, this sucks." And working with the uh, 110 embroidery floss has opened my eyes to why it's good to have good hooks. And so I bought some lace level or lace sized crochet hooks that tend to be a bit more expensive, but I found a good sale. Oh, I'm sorry. I did not. I did not mean to trouble bump you. That panda. I don't do these on purpose, I swear. I just kind of open my mouth and words come out. Oh, I I did not mean to. I sorry. Um, I don't, I don't mean to do these things on purpose. And I'm Sarah. How's it feel? Well, and it's a hard thing to talk about. Um, I I am starting to realize through my own personal path of therapy and whatnot that for me, I have to talk about the hard things. I talk about death. I talk about being chronically ill. I talk about the harder things that people don't would rather bury their heads in their sand than actually acknowledge are a thing that happened. Now, you don't have to be doom and gloom to acknowledge it because you don't have to be. Like, I am I a little bitter from some of the things I have to deal with? Yeah, I am, absolutely. Am I full of it's not fair? Quite frequently. But that's my load to bear. And that's why I kvetch. There's nothing anyone in God's green earth can do to fix my problems. So I'll bitch about it while I work on it on my own. But I just want people to know that there are other people out there dealing with the same shit. But our culture as human beings has made it so we don't talk about the bad stuff because it's bad. And I think Doctor Who and the Van Gogh episode framed it best. You can't always prevent what is going to happen. And if you look back, your good times are still going to be good. And I'm paraphrasing it and making it my own. Your good times are still going to be good. And your bad times are still going to be bad. But your bad times should not take away from the good that you experienced in your good times. Because everybody has all of these things. It's universal. Everybody has good and bad times. And just having that base level of compassion can change your outlook on the world. Frank is an appropriate cancer name. I've only had abnormal cells. And let's see. Doo-be-doo. I figured when I saw Discord run across my screen. Let me. Very, very appropriate. Very, very sealed. Why don't you put him in like a suit, like Crag from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles? Build him a suit like Crag, and then that would be awesome. I also fussed around with my my tablet so I can actually look at DMs, at least on Discord. I can look on Discord DMs if I need to. Like Facebook and anything else is still hit and miss. But I can check Discord DMs. Oh, okay. That's cool. I still like my Crag idea. Krang, I think. The brain that had the bodysuit. I think it was Krang. Apparently, that word sound excites the Sheppies. Yeah. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Uh, Husband Creature he's been getting back into magic, and they had a set of the secret layer of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Oh, hey, look. I'm in my own stream. I think you guys just... We were talking enough to set off the super secret timers. Oh, yeah. Oh. And there are some very specific things that, like, I've... One of the things that have been rattling around in my brain, and I just haven't sat down to do it, because it's a long format video that I would put on my government name, Facebook, YouTube account, is the more real side. Like I like to add humor and whatnot, but I still hold a lot of resentment in how I grew up and how I was raised, and in having my diabetes. I harbor so much resentment, and I've been working through it, but at the same time, I still need to fully process and acknowledge it, and that's why I don't talk about it a lot. But at the same time, I need to get it out of my system, and I think making a video to share with others who might harbor that same level of resentment for whatever diagnosis they might have, because they got it during childhood and they became adults. And that's a lot. That's a thing that so many people like. And the same goes for autism. Same goes for any chronic illness or mental health disorder that you get diagnosed ADHD as a child, and then you become an adult, and everybody's like, well, it's yours now. And I harbor some of the deepest, darkest levels of resentment with my family about those topics. And I know that it's okay that I have these feelings, but I have not processed them properly to be able to hold a conversation about them that doesn't develop into you suck, fuck off. I get a lot of return to sender things, because it is. I want people to know that they're not alone in some of these very complex feelings. They're not simple. They're not, oh, boo-hoo. These are dark, complex feelings that aren't mutually exclusive to the joy and light that I desire to bring into the world. I can have both dark, mean, judgy feelings, and I can still be a good person. They're not mutually exclusive, and I know that the world needs to hear that more often. It's not pie. Just because I have one feeling doesn't mean I can't have more than one feeling. I get super protective because oh my god, she could be autistic. Oh my god, she could have diabetes. It's not the end of the world. It's not. I swear. I promise. I still exist, so I know it's not the end of the world. It's hard. I was not taught how to live on my own with my diabetes. My parents regulated my entire life up until I was 18 and I had the opportunity to move out. And then, without their structure and their rigidity, because they never gave me any sort of choices, they didn't give me enough dignity of risk to learn how to manage myself. And due to that folly, I almost died several times. Exactly. But that seems to be like the schism that so much of the world is in, is if you're not sunshine and rainbows, you must hate everything. No, no, I do not hate everything. Actually, I'm a huge fan of a lot of things. But I recognize that life can suck. I like where I am in this pattern is because, save for like a couple spots, it's all just this one color. At least where I'm working. The next section could be different, but right now where I'm working is all just this one color. So if it's a white spot, then I fill it in. and it's difficult with kids too. And a lot of my resentment comes from the fact that my parents thought I was bulimic. I have never been one for outward appearances. For me, how I treat you is defined by how you treat me and how I watch you treat other people. And how you treat the people that I care about. Now, in that same breath of air, you don't have to like the same people that I like. I have a I have a wide array. I have a large. It's like my music taste. I have ABBA to ZZ Top. Like, but an atom of kindness and tolerance is my base level requirement. And I've been struggling with that a lot because I look into this world and I see a lot of hate and cruelty, and some of it is absolutely perfectly well aimed. But some of it is very misunderstood. I aim to be affable. You don't have to love me. And I don't have to like I like everybody. I start off base level. I'm gonna like you. I'm gonna try to like you. But there are some things that I have learned that I cannot allow into my life. Like anybody who, like the base levels, the reasons people filter to me is I am a safe spot. Your parents don't love you because of your life choices, of who you love. I am your new parent now because I have reached the age where I can be a legit mom. I can be a mother hen. If you are dealing with addiction issues and no one understands, I will listen. I understand. I don't give people, like, I don't hand out dollar bills on the street, so there's no dollar bills, y'all, coming from the raw creature. But if you need food, I will buy you some food. If you need clothing, I will buy you clothing. Oh, I might not buy you clothing because I have a whole ton of clothing that I'm looking to get rid of. I don't have the cash flow to be like, oh yeah, I donate to this charity all the time. I donate to the Trevor Project quite frequently. I give them $5 here and there. Nothing to write home about. Please, I do not need a platform. I donate to the Trevor Project because they spread their funds appropriately to a lot of communities that are really hurting. But I do a lot of things quietly. And I hope that people will trust that my silence doesn't mean I'm being inactive. Um, that's the problem with the slow processing speed, is I have to think about it first and take a line of action. And this world makes it very, very hard to slow down and to think about things, because all this world is right now is like crazy loud chaos and insanity. I support this. I donated to give me get my computer more RAM fund this winter, and to get Husband Creature's computer more RAM. Yay! Filling in the white spot. Oh my goodness. Okay, so right there. So. I managed to get, let's see, I want to say I got 4 sticks of RAM for about $500. But I had been saving for it, like, I'd been trying to be smart. I'm just looking over, like, this spot right here. There's a... let's see. I don't want to... I have a good camera angle going. There's this weird little U spot that I need to figure out what I'm going to do with. Okay. That's a totally different color that I did not peg. Oh, mine was only 4. Yeah, our computers aren't cool enough for DDR5. At least I don't think so. I don't remember. I caught it on sale. It was a end of year clearance kind of thing. And I swear I am paying attention. That's all we got. Oh yeah, well, and like I play Ark. Let's see, I've gotten into Ark, Ascended, Survival. Husband Creature and I just play that on like our own little private server because I like the otters. And I stream, so I have a halfway decent video card. Could I have a better? Could I have a better video card? Probably, but it does all the things I need it to do, and it doesn't turn into a crab when I ask it to do stuff. So I don't need more. So well, the otters are best. I also like the microraptors. I just learned about the microraptors and I tamed one, and now I like those too. I have a farm. Like I have all kinds of aminals. But because it's just our own little private server, Husband Creature spawned me a wyvern, and it's my wyvern, and his name is Wyvern. And he does all the wyverny things. His name is Replacement because my first wyvern glitched off the scene, and I still haven't been able to find him. He was there 1 second, and he was gone the next, and it made me sad. So, Husband Creature spawned me a replacement. Oh. Ugh, yeah. Ram? Well, yeah. I'm sorry, the world seems to be paying for America's idiocracy. Mm-hmm. I did. I forgot a lot of colors. Like I'm even though I'm filling in quite a bit here because like the white's really closed itself out, but I forgot a lot of colors. It yeah. Lots of things are gonna crash soon. I'm bracing for impact best I can. If anybody needs clothing, I can make clothing. I I am a weaver, so when the world goes to shit for the 10 weeks that I survive, if that, I'll make lots of clothing. Mm-hmm. No. There are a lot of people who there are a lot of people who make much cooler clothing than I do. But I can repair clothing too. I can repair stuff. I have a few skills. I think my agriculture skills will probably be a little bit more handy, but again, I have to look at that grim reality as if we were to hit dystopia. I don't have a future in dystopia. See, and that's some of the dark humor that people don't appreciate. That I recognize the reality of how fucked I am. I'm gonna experiment with. I have one. I have one down in the corner here. Um, but I haven't. I need to experiment with it. I need to get it set up properly. I need to sit through all the fucking instruction videos, which I just don't have the patience for. And I need to, because I have scrap fabric. I have things but I just it's in that category of I don't wanna. I want to, but I don't wanna at the same time. Yay! At least I think I'm done this color for right now. It looks like it. Let me zoom out before I totally put it away. Yay! Okay. Now I gotta hit the buttons and find out what other colors I'm missing. 336. I know 701 is one of them. That's just a couple of green spots that I missed. Let's see. Pop that out. 701. Can't believe I missed these. I am so ashamed of myself. Oh yeah, I see, and that's the thing that I'm terrified of. Is that's why I wouldn't mind having a foot powered one because I have control over it. Like, um, to be quite honest, I am terrified of getting my fingers ad break in that in the needle. While I fight with yarn, or not yarn. Funny enough, not yarn. Floss. Oh. Oh. Okay, so I only have the 5 stitches that I missed up here. Or 4 stitches. 4 stitches. uh, well, I definitely support the no needles handband because they're just not your friends. They're just not your friends, Dan. Okay. I'm gonna. This is a long jump, but I don't want to play the scissors game. So I'm gonna run it under some stitches and then make it a shorter jump. Maybe. Dear sweet Jesus. Why? Yeah, using the correct needles is generally very important. Okie doke. There. Next up is my favorite DMC color. It's 550, which is a royal purple. By far my favorite. I don't know how I missed it in the initial run of putting that color on the page, but I did, so here we are. Yeah, I'm officially done all my listed colors on the page. So it's funny, but I will not be streaming on Thursday. My long stream will not be happening. I work, and then I have a meeting with my psych nurse so that I can continue getting my ADHD meds. Cross stitch is very soothing, and again, that's how I know when I get burnt out, is where I don't want to even pick up my cross stitch. Now, mind you, Divine and Call Dance here are huge, so they take. Why did I put this back on here? They take some motivation to sit down and work, and I get distracted so hard when I sit down in this chair, because I have my computer work that I could be doing. I have all kinds of things, but when I turn on the stream, it sets my mind into cross stitch mode. So you guys are my muses. Musesses. Okay. 5. Okay, and this is 550. Beautiful purple. I love it. It's my favorite color. And again, I'd probably still do this if no one was watching, but just kind of settling in and having the camera going, and kind of what sometimes pops into my mind is those Reddit stories that have the weird backgrounds. And so like I'm like, oh, I'm gonna cross stitch and I'm gonna and they're gonna use those for my back, and I'm like, no they're not. And I'm fine with that. Okay, that's too. But oh, and if you guys, even if you don't buy anything, if you could give Nest of Nessie a follow on Facebook. She is who I'm collaborating with. She makes gothic jewelry, and I'm just trying to. I'm living vicariously through her and her markets. She just recently signed up for her first out-of-state market, which I would have loved to go to, but I'm still trying. I don't think I fit the niche of what she's doing. But she was nervous, and she has a brain that hates her, like us, and it likes to tell her that she sucks. So Nest of Nessie, go look at her stuff, and if you genuinely like it, give her a like or a follow or something like that, and just give her some love, because her brain hates her, and we all know how that feels. Okay. All this work for like 2 stitches, but there's probably a good chance that I didn't do these stitches in a while. No, just next time I use the color. I'll get that empty stitch. But then I reach the end of the page and there's empty holes, and I'm like, nope, we need to fix this. There cannot be empty holes. Yes, she is neurospicy. I'm starting to think that all the people that find themselves into my life are neurospicy. Whether or not they want to admit it or not, that's a whole nother topic. But I truly think that the people that find their way into my life and like maintain presence in my life, um, have something within them that they're not ready to admit to themselves, or that they have but they just don't want to talk about it. And all of these things are perfectly fine. But I have a running theory, and so far I'm not wrong. I will. Let's see. I'll make a post in Discord. Cause, and again, I'm not. I'm not saying you need to buy stuff from her. Just give her like there are free ways that you can promote people without like having to. So, I'm totally promoting the free ways. I buy stuff from her all the time. So, and we barter a lot too. So, I will never. I at most I'll if I ever get anyone ever actually sponsors me on the level that I accept, which is I don't do wackadoo sponsorships. There. Okay, we got that. Oh. Fuck it. Doo-be-doo. There's that. Okay, what other colors did I miss? So we got some over here. I don't know. That's quite a bit of that one. I'm wondering what it is. 791. Is it because I don't have it? That doesn't seem right because okay. La 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 la. Because Divine Instinct has almost the entire 790 family in it. 791. And it was where I thought it was. No, that's not the piece of string that I want. I need the piece of string. I need the other piece of string. No, not that piece of string. We're gonna have arguments here. Unfortunately, I think they might be losing arguments. The fuck is that? What is going on with you, Floss? uh there unfortunately in Maine there are many companies that make needles. And to be honest, the ones that are the best are the ones that you make at home. But they're technically they're hard to do. Needums are hard and they take time. That's why I buy them. Not that I can't make them. It's just they take more time than I have spoons. Really? Really? I just missed one? Seriously? I'm using my magnifying glass because my eyes aren't. I'm not wearing my progressive lenses because they're all foggy. So I'm just wearing my non-bifocals. And yeah, I'm getting old. Uh, wow, 11:30. Time has flown by today. Crazy loons. I'm fighting with string here. Again, this color, I'm losing this battle. This fight is not one I am winning. Right now, I'm just focusing on the spots that I like legit missed. I still have quite a bit of rebuilding down here at the bottom that I have to do because of my error in this area. What? What is my neck? No, not that color. Okay, 7:30. How much of that did I miss? Apparently. Oh, okay. That fills in a whole lot, actually. La 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 la. 7:30. So this morning, speaking of 7:30, this morning I woke up and I got up at 6:30 with husband creature. As I generally just I wander over to the bathroom, get that situation all worked out, and then I go back to bed. But today I had to fix my insulin pump because at 3:30 in the morning it decided it's like, oh yeah, hey, by the way, you have 4 units left, and I'm like, we can wait a couple hours, which we can. There was no danger in what I did. Ill-advised, maybe. Dangerous, not really. And he comes upstairs. He's like, what are you doing? I'm like, well, I'm filling my insulin pump because I didn't want to wake you up when it started hissing at me. And not hissing, but the insulin pumps become a real nuisance because they need to be. So I've been up quite a bit. I might take a nap after stream today because I don't have anything pressing that I have to do. What I want to do and what I should do is finish up this page so tomorrow we can start fresh on a new one. But we'll see. We'll see where that goes. Oh, my hands. Oh, yeah, and unfortunately the yellow is very reflective, so you can't see very well what I'm up to. There's this drab green yellow that I'm working on that fills in all these little holes that and I'm like, oh hey, it kind of solves the problem that I've been having. Yes, naps are good. Dooby-doo. Yes. Yes. Naps for everybody. You get a nap and you get a nap. Oh. Oh. 1 second. Oops. That was work. I made a very minor whoopsie doodle, but it still was a whoopsie doodle. But no lives were in danger. It's just I got confused on the dosage and someone only got half of what they were supposed to get. Now I feel bad, but I, and the thing is as I was working with that med, I had the person in my brain, and I don't know how it happened because I was aware of that change, and I don't know how. Yeah. But it's okay. Well, it's not okay, but it's okay. Like, not mutually exclusive. uh yeah, but and I go through like, I'm gonna beat myself up for a little bit because I feel bad. I had it in my brain that I was to give 4 pills because they gave us they gave us they give a her dose is 20. They gave us 10 milligram pills, but then they also sent a card of 5 milligram pills. So in order to get 20 milligrams, you have to give 4 pills. And I had changed the order to say 20 milligrams. And it apparently messed everybody up. So I'm probably gonna get a talking to. But it's my the thing is I own it. I did it. I'm going to process it and move on. But I still am going to worry about it. Dooby dooby doo. I got 3 more up in the corner. Color hopping. Let's see if I can move my camera and my magnifying glass without getting in too much trouble. There we go. Deep cleansing breaths. Doopy doo. What's the next color I gotta hunt down and find? My brain just walked off a cliff. Ah. 740. 1 to 5. Okay, so 730 goes right there. What? Switch to moving moving mode. No, that's not what I wanted. 500? Really? And the reason I really is because I just put this away. Like, maybe I was using it somewhere. Okay. Apparently I pulled a really long piece out. You guys are seeing why I don't like to do the little colors, because changing colors just takes up so much time. And yes, in theory, I could prepare needles ahead of time. And I've seen cross stitchers do that. There's also something that they call diagonal cross stitching. But that's not for me. Yeah, I'm not gonna. Little short piece of string. Not gonna save it. Now, as I say that, did I get all the... Okay, I'm gonna fish the piece of string because I didn't get all the colors. I didn't get all of it. I didn't zoom out. I didn't zoom out. Oh, my nose is so itchy. Ugh. Mm-hmm. Well, have fun. Well, I'm ending in 20 minutes. Thank you for your time. There we go. I think I'm gonna leave the last because there's literally only 2 more stitches. I'm gonna leave that for the next page. let me look at these. Maybe that's why I did that because there's a group next to that. Let's see. That I don't have any answers for. Is that 3837? Very lovely shade of purple. I'm like, a lot of my things have been sitting on magnets, so they're magnetized. So sometimes they like to hang out with one another. Yeah, we got this lovely shade. That there. That's over here. What's up with that? That color definitely I picked because I can fill it in. Okay, so this page is mostly complete, save for like the couple that I opted that when I get down to the row below it, I'll fill it in. But we have a page finish. This is the block that I need to fix up is all on me. Per the pattern, we have a page finish, so I'm gonna clean up my mess and call it a stream. So I hope everybody has a fantastic day. Drink your water, take your meds, be kind to yourself without harming others, and be kind to others without harming yourself. Gift of your time is always fantastic. I will post in Discord Nest of Nessie to give her a follow. And I will also share the link in Facebook chat. So I'll be back tomorrow, 10 to noon, and I hope everybody has a fantastic day. I love you, and I'll see you later.